All right, let's see what's happening here today. I feel like every time I wake up, my voice is like on the on the cusp of just not being great. Which is weird because before I even started this live stream, yes, I'm pretty tired. Before I even started this live stream, my voice seemed like it was okay, and now for some reason it's not okay. Weird how things just change like that. But we'll get through it. Gonna be live for about an hour till about 7 o'clock, and then we'll stop there. But I want to talk about XRP. I want to talk about the markets because the markets are in a little bit of a better spot than where they were. But yeah, hopefully you guys hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Feel free to check out the links in the description as well as my link in the chat for BTCC. So feel free to check that out. I'll pin it to the top of the chat so you guys can see that. But we got 46 people here, so make sure you hit the like button as soon as you get in here. It does help out. The B3 coin just dropped. I did see I got a notification for that from I want to say it's not, yeah, Coinbase. You can trade, send, and receive B3 base today on Coinbase. Um, you better change my life. I have so much of it. Um, I have to use a truck to move it. Interesting. Solana meme coins have changed my life. I've been with you since 2021 Shiba days. Well, thank you for watching for that long. I appreciate it. You said Solana meme coins have changed your life, so you've been able to invest into some plays that potentially, or not potentially, have already broken out, and you made a decent amount of money from it. Meme coins are a little bit tough, right? Because a lot of people believe that meme coins are just going to be at the value or be at their highest value forever, right? And not saying that this will be their highest value because we still need to see altcoin season truly happen. But it's something that's a little bit tricky because you want to take your profit while you do have it. But when do you take that profit? That's really the question. And it varies with position to position. Good morning, Matt. Hope you have a blessed week. Thank you for saying that. I hope you do as well. I think it was good. It was a good weekend, especially. Um, Harper scored her first basket in basketball, which is absolutely fantastic. Um, I keep telling everybody that she may seem small. She's in second grade, and she's playing for third and fourth grade team. And I keep telling everybody, if she has a chance to put up a shot, she probably has a very good chance of making it. She shot one. This is her first shot that she shot, and this is the seventh. Yeah, this was the seventh game. This is the first shot she's ever taken, and she made it. So she's 100% from the field. But yeah, it's if she can get a shot off, I feel like she can make it. But the problem is getting a shot off. She's so much smaller than all of the third and fourth graders. But still, it was great to see that and have it on video as well. That's the only game we recorded, and that's the game that she drops a bucket. um, hey Matt, just hoping you'll note Swift Coin has a whole supply a, a whole supply in circulation now. It's been updated on Coinbase, um, and a bunch of other sites. Has the whole supply, like their entire supply that's out there, Swift. So is it at a higher market cap at this moment? So it's currently at a $210 million market cap. What was the market cap before? I guess we were looking. I don't remember where the market cap was. I know I have the video, so I could probably go and look at the video that I put out there. Let's see, Swift Coin, and let me go in here. Yeah, what's up, guys? Where's this at? So yeah, it was at so it had a 4 billion circulating supply. It was at $157 million market cap, and right now you're seeing it at a 2 cent level, right? And with the entire supply that is out there, so they have um, fully diluted what they could dilute, and I don't know the process on doing that and why they did it, because sometimes I'm just in the dark and I'm just off doing my own thing. But I appreciate you guys updating me on things because I'm invested in so many different positions that I really do appreciate it. I'm not always completely up to date with everything that's going on because I may be focusing on one thing at a time, or two or three things. Bro, are you high? I'm not. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. That's funny you say that. But no, I'm very, very tired. Does it seem that way? Please let me know if it seems that way. I'll straighten up real quick. No, I don't know why my eyes are insanely tired. I had like 6.5 hours of sleep. I should be fine, but for some reason, I'm just tired. But yeah, that's great to see. Um, that Swift coin is at the level that it's at, still at the level that it's at with a 10 billion coin supply, and understandably so. Like it's at a $200 million market cap instead of being at that 4 cent price. Now at the 2 cent price with all of the supply out there. Um, yeah, I think I'm going back to bed. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm not going back to bed, but I am tired. I'll go to $3 this cycle. I wouldn't count it out. I would believe that that can happen. I have a little bit of algo. I had way more algo in the past, um, but I believe it was when they stopped uh, offering the APY on Coinbase is when I decided not to be a part of that because there was so many other opportunities for APY positions or staking positions. You better get some of those lifesavers for that cough. I feel like I'm gonna get COVID through the screen. Hold up, hold up. You come back with all these jokes and stuff. No, I don't. I'm not sick or anything. I'm just, I guess maybe because I'm tired, that's also a factor into it. But like I said, before I even started the live stream, I was perfectly fine. Um, Bro, I invested in the Pepe and XLM. So you made a decent amount of money. Please share your thoughts on Pepe and XLM. I like both of them. Pepe obviously is a meme coin, so you have to. I wouldn't say you let it run its course, but you definitely take profit as time goes on with meme coins. You can also take profit as time goes on with something like an XLM, but it's more of a utility project. So you can get more life out of it and you can expect more out of it over the long term, right? It's like investing into an ETF versus investing into a business. An ETF is going to last a lot longer than just a business is going to last, right? That business might run its course in 5 years or 10 years and then hit whatever highs and whatever levels it's supposed to be at. Could honestly max out and become a growth position, but the likelihood is probably not up there. Um, so you look at like an ETF, and that's the way that I kind of look at it, right? You're looking at a sector versus looking at just a regular business that's trying to establish something, trying to become $1 million business or $1 billion business or multi-billion-dollar business. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning to you as well. Um, uh, so Chris Press live stream. I asked if he thinks CRO is going to a dollar. He said probably not this cycle. Why? Why would you think that CRO is not going to a dollar this cycle? Just because it's been held back for quite some time? If you think that CRO is not going to have or experience major success with every other altcoin, um, you're crazy, right? I think, no offense to anybody anybody can have their own opinion. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm right. Um, I believe that I'm right about this, but this is my opinion: is that it's going to not only go to a dollar, but multiple dollars, and reach that all-time high as well as surpass that all-time high. But again, it's just my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I'm not going to hate on them for believing in something different. Just like maybe somebody will say something about a different position. I'm like, I don't really see it. I don't really see it going that far, and then it goes far, right? And I'm wrong, and I will clearly come out and say, hey, I'm wrong about that. Yes, they have a max supply of 10 billion coins in circulation. Yeah, that's great to see that. I love seeing something that's fully diluted. Obviously, investing in the Swift coin, I invested in it at was it 50% of a penny, maybe a little bit less. I invested into a lot lower, so where it stands right now, I'm still at a overall positive. Um, so it's great to see that, and hopefully we continue to see the volume, continue to see the growth within that as well. XRP to the moon, absolutely. It's just being updated, but it's released slowly over the years. I just wanted to let you know because it was announced literally like the day after you made the video. Well, either way, I appreciate you putting that out there. I'm sure people that are heavier in just that position already know this information, but I do appreciate you putting that out there. I honestly wish I could have or would have bought a lot more at lower levels, because as I did buy at a higher level compared to the lowest level possible level that I got to, right? If we look over the last year, some of these levels of 35 percent of a penny, I've been invested. I want to say it's got to be close to a year for me. I've been invested for a while, and we could see it was down here at this 34% of a penny level. If I could have, or would have, should have bought at those levels, I could have had, about a million plus. And I think right now I have 509,000. I took my initial investment's worth of profit, so I still have a lot that's left in there. But I took my initial investment plus $1,500 worth of profit, and now my 500,000 is just sitting there, to hopefully become worth $500,000. That would be great. But obviously, with all the supply, or at least the showing of all that supply that's out there, um, it's going to take a $10 billion market cap in order to get there, which is not unbelievable and not unheard of, but, definitely could happen. Swift is in Binance. It's it's available on Coinbase, OKX, Gate.io. It doesn't look like it's available on Binance, but you do have various other platforms to trade it on, and obviously the biggest one being Coinbase, which is why I have it, because I was able to buy it on Coinbase. Jeez, why does that sound like that? It sounded like I was trying to sing, and it just. So let's see what the Lord has to say about the wealth transfer. What's the best AI play right now? I mean, I'm Coinbase has a list of AI plays, I believe. When you go into here, you can see AI agents. So some of the highest market cap AI plays. I don't know why they're putting some of these in here. I guess they have some sort of AI affiliation in there for near protocol and internet computer render, artificial super intelligence and alliance, injective, the graph. I mean, I'm used to some of these other ones like the graph, right? And theta network and some other ones that are. I mean, I would put some of these in gaming. Like, I mean, everything seems to have an AI element to it. So it's kind of difficult to say, oh, well, let's just go on coin market cap and see what's the best AI coins. Well, you have ones that you wouldn't have put them in that category before AI was as popular as it was. So, Fetch, yeah, somebody mentioned that. Hey Matt, did you buy WebPay? I'm not sure. I probably. I have a lot of coins, and if I mentioned it, I probably have it. Um, Probably, but there's some cases to where I don't want that to be a factor. If something is a low market cap, it's difficult to look at that and justify making a video about it and having the project. Um, just because I never want to make it seem like, hey, I'm just pumping my bag in any way, right? If something has a, let's say, $1 million market cap, it's very difficult for me to say I'm gonna go out and grab that because I want everybody else to experience the growth rather than you know me just experience the growth and benefit off of that. And even if that is the case, I then wouldn't end up selling it because the fact that I don't want to have that large of an impact on something that is primarily getting some volume from what I've said, and maybe one or two other people. So, um, yeah, so I probably, I would imagine so, but maybe not. I don't know. I have a lot of coins, meme coins, utility coins. I have a lot. For 2 days, XRP hit $3.30. I was a millionaire, and now I'm back down to being a peasant. Stay strong, King. I'm sure it's not that much of an impact. I think it's at like $2.50. So saying that you're a peasant when XRP is at $2.48 compared to the $3.30, which is amazing. First of all, the fact that you were at $3.30 or so and you were a millionaire means that you had a lot. Huh. Sorry. Means that you had a lot of XRP and you still have a lot of XRP. And I can tell you those times are the toughest to hold through because you're up so much and that position officially it's so. I was just talking to Erica about this, seeing your account, right, a short-term account, not something that you've built up for a long period of time, right? I'm talking about 10, 15 years. We're talking about something that over the last maybe 5 years, uh, possibly even shorter, right? It could have been very short if you decided to invest in XRP, maybe a little bit, not on the later side, but towards the, um, what, for some reason I was going to say 5 cents, 50% of a penny level. 50% of a penny? 50 cents. 50 cents. I don't know why I was going to say 5 cents. I said 50 cents. 50 cents or 40 cents or 30 cents. If you were at those levels, you obviously have still seen a massive amount of growth within your portfolio, within your balance. But it's so tough when you see it. You're like, this account that I have is over $1 million, right? Um, and when you see that, it's like I've never really seen $1 million in one spot, in one place. To know that it could be liquid and I can get that out of there is fantastic. So to be able to see that in one position is a complete step up from seeing it in your entire balance. So congratulations to you, but this is kind of the toughest time because you have to deal with so much fluctuation because your account can change by hundreds of thousands of dollars in a day. And it's something that can hurt you changing hundreds of thousands of dollars or feel great. So it's definitely a different feeling. CRO is Chronos. Yes, CRO is Chronos. Sorry, I'm way behind. Guys, if you could hit the like button, we have 63 likes. I would like to get to 100 likes. Will Cardano get an ETF approved? So that's something that I'm seeing a lot of. Thank you for mentioning that. I'm seeing a lot of ETFs here, right? For some reason, it's coming up with different stuff. I saw that Cardano, even in XRP news, when I tried to search for it, was talking about XRP ETF. We even see SEC likely to acknowledge XRP Doge ETF filing this week. I don't understand why Doge would get an ETF, but that's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's other people. I don't know, but Doge should not have an ETF. But if it does, it does. And maybe when it comes to the point to where I thought that you would see like meme coins in an all-encompassing ETF, but never really in its own thing. Like people want to go out of their way as traditionalists to invest into Doge. Now, the one thing about Doge is the fact that it could possibly have some sort of a larger use case in the end, which could be big for cryptocurrency. It could be big for that project as well, and see a use case, see a larger reason to have an ETF. But to have an ETF before it even has that reason established, that's something that really surprises me. But I've been surprised a lot in the crypto market. But is Cardano going to get an ETF? I would imagine so. I would imagine you would see a lot of the bigger utility projects and popular projects have an ETF. I'm just waiting for those larger ETFs, right? I'm waiting for the larger sector ETFs where you have 50% Bitcoin or 30% Bitcoin, and you have 20% Ethereum, and you have 5 or 10% XRP and Solana and many others that are in there, giving you a kind of a jumbled up mixture of everything, and then seeing that fluctuate based on those top positions, not based on the ones that not based on one singular position, based on a lot of different positions in that could be in various crypto sectors. That's something that I'm very, very interested in. And Matt, what are your thoughts on Toshi? I don't have any thoughts right now. Still trying to get through these chats. If CRO takes till November to get $1, I won't be around to see it. I'm too scared to stick around until November. I understand. I totally understand. It's always up to you on whether you can or cannot hold. This is something that I do with investing, especially in cryptocurrency, right? This is my plan. And my plan is always to worry about price targets, right? Those price targets that I create, not the price targets that you see out there that's telling you, XRP is going to be at $10,000. I'm not going to have as much XRP as I have now if XRP is at $10,000, just to let you know. I'll probably have, I would say 10,000 that's left over, but there may be a chance to where I don't even have that, right? And I have 10,000, that's my forever crypto. But if I see XRP at $1,000 or $10,000, you best believe that I'm taking, some of that, a lot of that out of there, and then leaving a 1,000 left in there. I will have some left over, but know that when it hits certain price targets, I sell to get profit and then put it in the places to where I'm very, very comfortable with. I'm comfortable with crypto, but with all of the fluctuation and still the speculation, I can't have majority of my short term money in cryptocurrency. And the reason why it's majority of it now is because of how far XRP has grown and how far other things have grown as well. So now my short term profits, like if we looked at before XRP ran up and a lot of things ran up, you were looking at my dividend income and all of my other short term like stocks and stuff like that was like here and here, right? But then you slowly started to see that shift, and then boom, XRP bumps up, and now crypto is at I'm invested into a lot more when it comes to crypto than it is the stock market and the dividend side of things. So it's very, very interesting to see that transition, to see that at work that way. But yeah, the way that I think is always about price targets. It's never about, hey, this is the time period that I want to get out of everything. I will never be out of crypto completely. It doesn't matter if we're in a bull market, a bear market. I treat it as if I have realistic price targets. Those realistic price targets get hit. I take profit. I take my initial investment. I take some profit. I put it aside. I put it into my dividend portfolio. I put my taxes aside, and I'm good. And then as we hit lower lows, I now have more money to invest back into those plays at lower levels. As we see a bear market, who knows how strong this bear market is going to be with all the ETFs and all the traditionalists and the build or focus on consistency and consistency in that growth. Who knows how low the next bear market is going to be, right? So I'm excited to see that. I'm also excited to see the price targets that get hit. Do you see ETH hitting 10K this year? I see it. So what I want to say is I see it hitting 10K, but it all depends on the time frame and how long, because this bull market has been going on for um, over, it's been since the end of 2022, so beginning of 2023, entire 2024, so about a year plus. Now we haven't seen a lot of the impact to altcoins. We've seen XRP run a little bit, but we haven't seen the major impact to altcoins yet, because there are a lot that haven't hit their all-time highs or even broken through, some reasonable levels. And yeah, I would definitely say I see Ethereum hitting 10K, but again, it depends on the time frame and how aggressive this. I would believe so, because I see it hitting $1 trillion market cap, over $1 trillion market cap. XRP is going to get trashed, man. I mean, that's your opinion. XRP is going to get trashed. That's fine. You can look at it that way. Would you explain capital gains tax? So there's long-term capital gains tax and short-term capital gains tax. It's very simple. I believe it's on the long term it's a maximum of 20%, and then on the short term it's a maximum of 39%. So if you're holding for over a year, that will be considered long-term capital gains tax, which means you can have up to 20% that is taken out of that. But you also have to factor in state and local taxes into that, and depending on where you live, it could be pretty extensive even on your long-term capital gains tax. Now, short-term, that can get anywhere from, if you're looking at state and local and everything involved, it could go anywhere from 39% up to, I believe, 60%. I believe California is pretty extensive when it comes to that. It's pretty ruthless, and they just want to pry your money from you. But then others are not as aggressive, so it could be anywhere from 39 to like 60%. I typically hold 50% of my money when it comes to capital gains. Um, but I'm most likely not paying that much. Typically, it's around 40 something percent for me. And depending on what the law is, if they come out and say we're taxing crypto 70%, then that would obviously suck for absolutely everybody. And I wouldn't want to be in a place that's taxing me 70% on my money. I don't want to live in a place that's 60%. So I'm glad I live in Pennsylvania and not California. Which state is the best in form of taxes? I don't know, probably Delaware or something. Um, so state capital gains tax rates, California is the highest with 13%. New York's at 11%. The lowest is you have a bunch that's tied for the lowest. Wyoming is 0%, Texas is 0%, Tennessee is 0%. Um, you have South Dakota, New Hampshire, Nevada, Florida. I'm surprised Florida is 0%. Alaska 0%. Maybe that's because they want more people to live down there. Pennsylvania is 3%. So I'm glad I live in Pennsylvania. But yeah, California is the worst. New York's second. New Jersey is third. Washington is fourth. Oregon is 10th. Minnesota, Massachusetts, all of these are above 7%. So there we go. Jason donated $5 through Super Chat. Hey, Matthew, for everything you do. Do you think this XRP case can finally be over by the end of Feb, or what is your thought? Do I think the XRP case can be finally over by the end of Feb? What are your thoughts? I mean, I would hope so. But I doubt it. I doubt that it's gonna be um completely at its end by the end of February. It'll probably take until I don't know. I feel like we always see tax season become like the after tax season become the spot to where um, one more people are investing, more people are interested in the markets rather than paying their taxes from the previous year because that's what I'm doing. I really don't want to invest any more money even though I just did invest like 25,000 like not too long ago. um, but I don't really want to invest more money because of that time frame, the taxes and what I'm going to have to pay. Because I honestly don't know at the moment. Because what I've had is like commission income as well as some capital gains growth and also some losses, but I can only write off about 5,000 of it. So, which is stupid, right? If you lose a lot and you gain a lot, you can only write off a certain amount of losses in the market, but then you you look at all of those gains that you have. It's kind of stupid in my opinion. I mean, maybe I'm looking at it in a different way, but anyways, that's not what we're talking about here. um, I would hope so, but again, I think um, after tax season is probably going to be more of a significant level for the markets as well as news to be broken. So and I haven't had many updates to what's going on with the case and where we stand right now. Um, but we'll definitely look into it a lot more. Maybe I'll make a video and go through a lot of that data here today, this morning. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you for that super chat. Sold my XLM and put it all in XRP and HBAR. That Kamala campaign coin can do whatever it wants without me. Did you recently put it into XRP, or did you already have it in XRP? I'm not saying like, oh, well, you're going to lose money potentially, but I always like to see people succeed at the max level that they can. Hopefully, you put it in at less than $2. That would be great. But if you put it in now, that's still at a lower level than where it was. It's just, I always want to see it people succeed at the best. How's my dividend portfolio? That's a good question. I haven't looked at it yesterday, but I did um, invest more money into it recently. I put a update out on my second channel, my Matthew Perry 2 channel, which I talk about the stock market and my dividend portfolio and a lot of things there. So currently my dividend portfolio stands at $149,908.64. I believe, let me go back here. I believe I can look at, let me go into Excel and let me bring up my dividend tracker. I did go through exactly how much I made in dividends for the past month. So in January, I ended up getting about $296. If you can't follow this, I apologize, but the top of it is what I actually have and what I've been able to um, get in dividends. Down here is supposed to be the projected. So what I'm projected to receive in dividends over the next 12 months is going to be about $6,000, which is fantastic. However, January is already at a lower rate than expected. So let me just do a little calculation here and just do that minus, or you know what? I'll do this minus this, which means that I'm about $10 down from what is projected, or $11 down from what is projected. So my goal is to get this account to $250,000 this year. And currently I'm $100,000 off of that pace. And I know it may seem like it's not growing it to another 200 or another $100,000. It's adding to that, as well as getting paid in dividends, as well as the growth that we see within the overall portfolio. I should see about 10%. So 15,000 plus the 5 or 6,000. So looking at 21,000 that's added there through dividends and growth. But then also adding extra money over time. And I expect for me to take a lot of money from cryptocurrency and from the gains in cryptocurrency and throw the portion that's not for taxes in my dividend portfolio. That's typically what I expect to happen. So we'll see. But this is where I stand. I did an update on my Matthew Perry 2 channel. But yeah. What do you think? CRO will surpass BNB, and if so, when? So I think market cap wise, I think it has the ability to pass us BNB. I don't know about price wise. Price wise, it depends on the burn rate and if they decide to do any aggressive burns as time goes on. We've seen that happen. So if we can see it happen, then yeah, we can see it surpass it by price. But by market cap, I do think that we will see it surpass it eventually. And right now, I think BNB is what, sitting at like 80 or 90 billion dollar market cap. $90 billion market cap. Because I see BNB having a major amount of success, especially with their, and price wise, to see their burn rate and them wanting to get down to 100 million coins, I believe it is. So I expect to see the price definitely make some bigger moves, and still see the market cap grow quite a bit, but I expect CRO to surpass that level. Concerning capital gains, long term versus short term, I've been holding XRP for over a year, but continue to buy. Will a tax be determined by the last time I bought, or from the start when I started holding it. So this is the thing about taxes, right? One, I'm not a tax professional, but this is the thing about taxes. It depends on what you know you report, right? So typically, when you do it like in the stock market, they go by how much you bought then and when you're selling it, right? So if you decided to sell, let's say you had AMC and it was 1,000 AMC shares and you held it for over a year, right? Well over a year, and you decided to buy that, then they will basically take that amount that you had in the beginning and you'll look at that and how much you gained off of those that you had. Now, if you end up selling um, all of it, the way that they'll classify it is the amount that you purchased on that date. If you sold that much, then that's how much will be considered the short-term capital gains tax versus the long-term capital gains. So they'll be able to calculate that on in the stock market. For the crypto market, depending on where you're selling it and buying it, it depends on what you end up reporting because it's not something where you have a tax form for. Now, if it's Coinbase, um, they they will break that down in their tax documents. So typically, it will be what you had if you bought in the beginning. Let's say 1,000 coins of this, and you sold those 1,000 coins. You will then be taxed at a long-term capital gains tax. However, if you bought 100 more, if you sold those 100, those will be taxed at a short-term capital gains tax. So again, not a tax professional, but that's the way that I've always reported it um, when I don't have a tax report or tax form. Is this stuff really gonna change your lives? Like, how much do you realistically feel will put you from middle class life to upper class wealthy? So honestly, it really depends on what you do with the money that you gain from it. But there are so many opportunities that I've seen out there. I've seen somebody turn $1,000 into literally $50,000, so 50xing, and that's not something that will change um, your overall status, but it will change your life because gaining, let's say, $50,000 and you have $20,000 in student loans and you were already struggling to pay that off, right? And you took what little money you had to invest into crypto and in the stock market and all of that. You can now take that $20,000 worth of student loans and pay that off completely, so you don't have to deal with that. You can get debt free because of cryptocurrency. So yes, it can change your life. Even just like it may seem like you need to make $1 million or $2 million, but that's not the case, right? If you get to a point to where you can live comfortably and know that you're just living, let's say you have a house and you pay off that mortgage or you pay off your car or you pay off your student loans, now you're living completely debt free and you only have to worry. It's like you're starting out from scratch. It's like you're starting out in the beginning, but you have a house and you have a car and you have all these things that you don't have to worry about making a payment for. It's like you're ahead of the game, and then all you have to do now is worry about stacking the extra money. Because if, let's say, if you were making $5,000 and $4,000 was going towards bills and loans and all of that stuff, um, now you end up taking a lot of that stuff away, and you only have to pay $1,000 in bills because you have no loans. Now you have $3,000 that you can put away into the stock market every single month, and be able to invest in the things that you want to invest into and make your life a lot better and a lot easier. Because in order for you to get ahead in life, it seems like people have to start out with a high quality education, which costs thousands of dollars, already puts you in debt. You have to have a car, a reliable car, which some people think that reliable cars means that it has to be a brand new car. Other people will get a junker, but then they end up spending a lot of money on maintenance costs and all of those things there. So you end up getting into multiple forms of debt because you want to get started on the right foot. Um, So again, it's like you're taking away all of that debt even by just having $50,000 or $100,000. And I've seen people turn so little money into so much more. And not just on, I don't know why you're saying that, but not just on, meme coins or what people would call crap coins, right? Not just on those. People make money on things like XRP, make money on BNB, make money on Ethereum, make money leverage trading. If you guys want to check out my link for BTCC, I haven't mentioned it today. Feel free to check out my link for BTCC. You'll get a 10% deposit bonus, as well as can leverage trade up to 500x leverage. I recommend that you always set a stop loss with BTCC because you can definitely lose more money than what you put in. But if you put a stop loss, you'll only lose what you put in if you are wrong. And if you're right, you can gain a heck of a lot of money on what you're putting in. So feel free to check that out. Link is in the description as well as the chat. But yeah, there are so many opportunities out there. And I've been able to experience those opportunities, whether you're talking about GME, you're talking about GameStop coin and how far that has come, whether you're talking about Swift coin and how far that has come, XRP and how far that has gone, Terra Luna Classic, how much I've been able to make there, as well as how much I'm going to make later. Um, there's a lot. Um, I just found out CRO is trying to sell their contract with the stadium in Southern Cal. So the crypto.com arena. The thing that they're getting from the problem with having a, let's say, the crypto.com arena or something of that magnitude, um honestly, I feel like with the things that they are doing in the WNBA and the lack of viewership that's in the NBA, I'm not saying like their viewers are completely down, but um, viewership is not where it's supposed to be with basketball or with NBA basketball. But a lot of what I've seen is more of an impact comes from the actual team sponsorships rather than just the arena, which is like what, $10 million or something like that. Or I forget how much it was. It was a lot, like $100 million. I can't remember. It was a lot. Education, no, not really. I mean, I feel like for me, I can say that education is worth it, especially from where I've come from. Like education wasn't really the most important thing in the world. Um, and I feel as though when you leave that community, when you leave where you've come from or what you're used to, you start to realize that the entire world functions on a completely different mindset. Um, and that's where you realize that education is very important. Um, and whether it's not only educating yourself via, you know, book knowledge, but also being able to just change maybe your vocabulary, being able to change the way that people speak to you and you speak to them, change your perspective on things. And this is what I've been telling my nephew is the fact that when you leave an area that you're used to, it doesn't have to be to where you're completely moving across the country or anything. Um, what or moving out of the country. It doesn't mean that you have to do that. What I or how I look at it is that you just have to leave what your or where your community is and see how other communities function. Um, and a lot of times you get an understanding of that in college, and that's why I think college is important. It's more about um, understanding how the rest of the world works. It's like you. I was just talking to Eric about this as well. I look at my dog and I'm like, she's never experienced, like she hasn't experienced much of the outside world besides like going out back and doing her business and then going on walks from time to time. She hasn't experienced a lot of seeing what the world has to offer. Imagine you being in the house and never seeing what's outside, right? Never seeing what's outside of it and never experiencing going further. That's kind of the way that I look at it with college. You're experiencing so many different cultures, so many different people, so many different mindsets, ways to communicate. College is important to me. I think it was very. I didn't like the debt. I tried to pay as little debt as possible. When I went to college, I had free college to start. Then I went to a private college, which cost me about 24,000 for my bachelor's degrees. And then obviously my MBA was um, a mixture of on and off campus. So I think college is important. Treat all of it as a casino. I don't think that's the way you need to treat it. I think you need to look at it with some of them that it's about the hype you can gather when it comes to coins. Some of them is about the hype you can gather. Others are about the utility that it has. Some positions have a longer life than others. I can respect that perspective. Appreciate the breakdown. Just don't have a lot to invest in this stuff. It's hard to find a figure that feels comfortable to invest. I totally understand. um, a lot of times, the way I see people baby step their ways into it is they they do that, right? They add bits and pieces to it. If you're putting let's say $1,000 in the stock market a month, you putting $50 into the crypto market might not seem like a huge impact, but then when you start to see that compound over month over month, and also see the growth within the positions that you're buying, it starts to look like you have a lot more, um, and you're only investing a very little bit into, maybe 5% into the the crypto market, and then 95% into the stock market. Um, what are you talking about? It's a pump fake. All shit coins. Be careful, people. Yeah, there are a lot of coins that people create. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of them. There are coins that people create that they just want to take from people. But there are also coins that meme coins that a lot of people can gain from. But again, there are always winners. There are always losers. Um, and are you going to be a winner? Or are you going to be a loser in that? And I think the best case scenario, the best way that you can kind of tell yourself you are going to be a winner there is by one, finding a position that has the popularity, that has the growth potential, being able to take your initial investment and know when to take your initial investment to guarantee that you are not going to be one of those losers. No matter what, you will be a winner. It's just how much will you win? Bro, they track you, even your bank. What are you talking about? Uh, Case ends within 60 days in ETF. Um, ETF October XRP. You think the ETF is going to happen in October? It's a long time away. I want the ETF to happen now. 5,000 XRP when it goes to $10. What do you, what what do I think of selling 10%? Or what do I think of you selling 70%? That's totally up to you. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be upset if you sell 70%. I think that's a good idea, right? I look, when you have a utility project, it's not about holding on for dear life. Like if you hear people saying you have to hold on forever, you don't have to hold on forever. You could do whatever you want with it. Is that going to take away from what your overall gains could be by selling 70% at those levels? Um, Yeah, probably. But you know what? You're still able to guarantee that you have profit and guarantee that you have your initial investment as well. And then leaving 30% that's in there uh, keeps your eyes open for what the ultimate prize could be. And I don't know what your ultimate prize is, but it could leave it open. So it's not a bad thing. I wouldn't be upset with that. NBA is so whack now. Yeah, I mean, I only watch a few teams. I'm a Bulls fan, and I can tell you I've only watched like two Bulls games. Um, I've been watching a lot of the Warriors. I like their storyline. I like success and I like them continue to succeed. I want to see Steph win at least five championships, and he's already at four. Um, and all of the trades and things that are going on. So I watched the Lakers quite a bit with Luca and uh, LeBron. So if you didn't take your profit and run, they will track your investment. What What are you talking about? I really don't understand. I'm sorry that I don't understand. But I am gonna have to get out of here. What's your ultimate price, bro? Well, I'm looking at $100 definitely as a um one of my levels, but still have more coins available. I'm gonna have forever coins that are gonna be there pretty much forever. And whether it hits $1,000 or it's at 500. Now, if it hits $10,000, I will have less forever coins, but I will have forever coins still sitting in there. um, but again, these all of these price predictions, all these targets, it's just um, it's crazy to see like where everyone believes that it's going to go. But guys, I have to get out of here because my children are up and I have to take them to school. So it was great to have this hour. So make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We'll have more videos for later. Apparently, I have to rest my voice. I don't know why. I was perfectly fine before this. But hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you check out the links down below for BTCC as well as the link for BTCC in the chat. You guys can do some leverage trading if you want to. Have a couple that are open that are still at a net positive. Like you look at my Ethereum one, $226 up. I invested $247 and I'm up 92%. I'm up 569% or $121 on this $21 investment. I'm up 200% or $40 on this $20 investment as well. So again, you can make trades like this. You can make more aggressive trades. I already took profit on these two. I took like $700 worth of profit on the XRP trade. So if I look at my trade history, I think transactions daily, I don't know where it's at. Not open orders. I don't know why it's not coming up, but I already took $750 worth of profit here. I already took I think $300 worth of profit here. So feel free to check out my link. um, Feel free to check out my link for BTCC at the top of the description. I'm going to get out of here. Thank